acorns are thick this year. Big ones too. This whole ridge, no matter where you go, down here, the entire length, down there, it's a ridge, an oak ridge, about 150, 200 yards of nothing but acorns. So here's the setup. Apple orchard, Oak Ridge. This Oak Ridge borders this apple orchard and soybean field. It's very hard to get in here though because the only access is over this familiar ladder, which busts the deer out. The deer get busted out of the fields, out of the apple orchards and the fields, and there's really no way you can get in here without spooking them. So it's very difficult to get in here. And then they don't lay down too far from all that behind me. They're just down below the oak ridge. It's very hard to get in here without spooking them. About the only way I've had luck in here was in the rut. And that's when they're running crazy. So I'm still going to come up here. The old familiar ladder has seen its day. It has collapsed downward for whatever reason, and thus leaving me with a treacherous, if not just challenging climb at angles that are really conducive to injury or slight maiming. These are old orchard ladders. Must be like circa 1950. Old. This one's actually pretty good. The other one is made out of 2x4s. It isn't. That's pretty solid. I've busted through rungs and had to replace. But now it's at such an angle where when I go over it, this wet wood is slippery and you kind of try to fall down into the fence. Well, it's really not so bad, but the farmer told me, man, it's windy and rainy. And I'm trying not to be too quiet. Acorns are falling. This is not good. But I'll continue. The farmer told me there was like 5 digits of voltage traveling through those fences, and it would knock the snot out of me. And I don't prefer to have the snot knocked out of me, much less my wind for that matter. So I am going to forego ye old ladder. I erected a new one. Ye old vintage ladder has been replaced by new pressure treated anti-skid model 2014, and this is what I will be traversing over without risk of injury or burns due to shock. As I stated, try not to be too quiet because I went in here and put my tree stand in the other day and walked in 50 yards about, and then I started walking out. I put my stand up, and then I started heading out. Well, I had a deer watching me the whole time, bedded down, not 15, 20 feet inside here. And it wasn't until I started walking towards the fence that he had jumped up, but he didn't really. He just kind of rose up slow and walked out with his head down, slinking away real quick, and I caught a glimpse of his headgear. So that's my dilemma with hunting this piece here. I can't really come in here in the morning, because you come up through these fields and orchards and the deer are in them, and you just throw them into the woods. Evenings, like I said, they're not bedded too far in here, so it's once you cross over the fence, then you're pushing them in anyway. So they really have it to their advantage using this property. So it's pretty much for rut only. It's when you can get away with a lot more mistakes that you make, and they know where the sounds. Like I said, I've been trying to stay not too quiet, trying to be noisy, playing music, singing, talking out loud, so they can keep tabs where I'm at. They know where the normal sounds are, and they know what should and should not be over there.
Thank you.